Happy Wednesday, one of our favorite days, one of my favorite days. Today is Wealth Wednesday, and I'm here. My name is Kim Ward. I am here every single Wednesday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 a.m. for me in Tennessee, to share your Pinterest tip of the week. And I was going through, Pinterest is really, really good about communication. They are. They communicate well through reports, through predictions, through all these things. And yesterday, I was reading an article about Pinterest, their men's trend report. And so this was all about how men are redefining masculinity through style, through substance, through self-care, all the things that they're using Pinterest for. And that got me thinking, how many people have a genuine misconception that Pinterest is one for women, right? Two, it's just that place for hair and skin and nails and decor and pick up some great recipes. Of course, Pinterest is great for those things. But if you think it's all that it's good for, you're sadly mistaken. And that's why I get really, really excited when we get to talk about this. So I can share this report with you. If you want it, just ask for it. I'll pop the link in. So for the first time ever, Pinterest unveiled a report that was a complete deep dive into how men are joining the platform, meaning Pinterest, in record numbers. And right now, Gen Z is more popular. I mean, they're the generation, right? So Gen Z accounts now for over half of the users on Pinterest. But what I thought was really cool and share worthy with you is that male users on Pinterest, we'll call them pinners, but consumers, men now represent more than 1/3 of Pinterest's global audience. That's huge. There are right now a little over 578 million active monthly users on the platform, and over 1/3 of them are men. Really, really cool. What's cooler, I've been teaching this for years now, and I've watched the trends, I've watched the numbers climb. This time last year, literally a year ago, we had 465 million monthly active users. So 465 million. Now today, we're at 578 million. That's a big jump in a year. Why do you think that is, right? These are the questions I want you to ask yourself when you're looking at me and scrolling past me every Wednesday, or you're listening to me and you're thinking, I just don't need another thing to do, right? I want you to understand how Pinterest can be a very important hub if you let it to drive traffic, the right traffic, deeper into your ecosystem of your business. And that could mean anything from downloading your lead magnets to getting on your email list, right? That's a great way to use Pinterest. That could be pointing people over to your YouTube channel and letting your videos do the selling, the education, the learning, and then all of the links that you've backlinked through your YouTube channel, they're climbing deeper into your ecosystem. Again, you could pin your calendar links, book a call with these people, right? Absolutely. If you have physical products or digital products, a blog, a podcast, all kinds of fun things. But the data from this study really did paint a picture of a nuanced group of male users on Pinterest that largely rejects the toxicity that you might find elsewhere online. Now, we've seen the studies in the past. They are talking about social media. They're just not calling them out this time. They have referred to social media as, their words, not mine, engagement through enragement. And that's because you cannot customize your user experience on social, right? On TikTok, you've got the FYP page that now that they're notching things down, it is all search based. So it does kind of do a better job of showing you, but there's those things that pop in that you can't control. On Pinterest, the user is never going to start to see pins of stuff that they're not already searching for. That's the importance of your keywords, right? Pinterest, they claim that they are the ones that stand out as an oasis for consumers, including men, with content that's seen as more positive, safer, and trustworthy. Please listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. This is so critical as a marketer, right? Whether you have a side hustle or however you're choosing to build your business, these words, these feelings, this roots people's behavior. And if you're not hanging out where they're flocking to, that might be a partial piece of the online frustration. Of course, there's so many layers to it, but I don't want you to ignore or avoid what's right in front of you. So there was I'll call it a study. They're calling it insights, according to platform GWI. Nearly half of the men in the United States, we're talking about the United States specifically, half the men believe that social media is a contributor to poor mental health in society. And 65% of men globally, 65%, they've expressed that they want to be authentic online. And with Pinterest, you can. So I want to show you some really fun trends that are happening for men right now. If you're in these industries or arenas, you can get in based on this trends report. This was put out by Pinterest, very transparent. Let me show that to you. So what I want you to know before you dive into this is, how do we use the data that's provided? Well, research is telling us there's never, ever, ever been a better time to reach men on Pinterest. What? That's a big statement. According to GWI, nearly half of Gen Z. So Gen Z, like I said, this is the new upcoming adult generation. They're ages 18 through 27. So nearly half of the entire Gen Z population and millennial ages, right? Millennial men, their ages 28 to 43. I've never identified as a millennial, but by definition, I am a millennial. I'm just not a man. Half of Gen Z and millennial men on Pinterest, they say they're loyal to the brands that they found and love on Pinterest. They take the time to research products online before making a decision. And male pinners, they're saving pins with intention, from building fitness routines to finance plans to discovering new passion, new aesthetics. And they do not shy away from taking risks. Almost half of the men, according to the GWI study, who use Pinterest identify as risk takers, first or early adopters, evident in their searches. Ready for this? For unique styles, for travel, travel destinations, and tech. That's not what you think of when you think of Pinterest. So Pinterest, more positive and more authentic environment, is drawing men to the platform now more than ever. So let me show you a few things on this report. Is this helpful? Okay. So I believe, I don't know why this page says I'm not connected to the internet, because I am, but I believe I've given you the trends address before, but I'd like to give it to you again. So if someone's here with me, would you mind typing this into the comments section? It is trends with an S, trends, which is TRENDS, trends.pinterest.com. That's your free website that you can go to and pull and pluck through any trends that are growing, any predicted trends that you may want to stay in front of, so that you yourself as the marketer are that early adopter. You're the pioneer. Trends.pinterest.com. So remember what I said, everything from bodybuilding, fitness, self-care, tech, travel, finance. They're looking for it. And this is why I laugh when people say, oh, but my business is blah, blah, blah. Do you think? And I'm like, oh, you haven't been listening. So here's Pilates. If you see a square here, you feel free to take a screenshot, but you can go to trends.pinterest.com and you can do your own research. It's not difficult, I promise. But wherever you see this little square, this is telling you what percentage of growth we're seeing on the platform right now. You also want to take this data and use these words verbatim, right? So if you have a resource or a solution that fits into one or more of these categories, how do we use that data? Well, if someone is searching for Pilates, that is up right now by an increase of 75%. So there's 75% growth for searches for Pilates. You don't want to change that and drop the S and say Pilates. You want to keep it how you see it. So Pilates aesthetic. That's a huge word on Pinterest. They're looking for, what does it look like? So someone who's in the aesthetic mindset, they may be looking like, oh, Pilates aesthetic. That means, what does it look like? From everything from form to the clothing to even the hair, everything. So if you've got something that fits these niches, these industries, these specificities, right? Use these words in your pin title and throughout your pin description. And then you're going to link that pin that you've created, outbound it, click it to wherever you choose to. And we've talked about that. Podcast, YouTube, Facebook group, lead magnet, website, blog, it all works. It doesn't matter. You choose. So here you go. There's the Pilates. Then under climber core, you've got bouldering aesthetic, rock climbers, mountain climbing, wall climbing. All of these things are up. Hydration and healthy snacks. So maybe you've never thought about something like this before. So electrolytes. Does your wellness product include electrolytes in whatever it is that we're drinking, right? These are the ways that our brain works. Is we know attraction marketing works. We know that we want to give the benefit and talk about the pains and problems. On Pinterest, it is imperative for your success to use the words the way that the humans searching for them are searching. So if you see a 45% increase in electrolytes and you got electrolytes, you better use that word. Hydration, water station, coconut water. Now we can keep going. Here, this talks about shifts in style and self-care. So if you have hair serum is up 40%. Grow hair faster. That's up by 150%. And I guarantee you probably still climbing. So if you had a pin that talks about, the hair serum that uses to grow your hair faster. Hey, how can we combine these together? Are you looking for a healthy hair routine to grow hair faster? You've just combined two words that have combined together over 195% growth. See how this works? And then you can talk about in the description the hair serum and how it helps hair or grow hair faster. This is what I did. My tongue almost reversed these. So you don't ever want to switch the words around. So I wouldn't want to say, do you want your hair to grow faster? It's all the same outcome, but you just did yourself in. Because if they're searching grow hair faster, and you're talking about how to grow your hair faster, it's not going to come. It's not the same. Skincare, they're looking at dermatologist, microneedling, dry skincare routine, all this makeup for nails for men, beard styles. Who would have thought? Disconnected goatee, barbershop aesthetic, faded beard styles for men is over 200% increase, right? Fashion for men, cutting edge technology. These men are looking at 3D printers, podcast studio backgrounds, AI video, AI automation, and then investing in the future. Investment apps, budget planning, finance tips. Starting a business is up over 310%. All right. You see where I'm going with this, right? Very cool. So I've put together a roadmap for you. I've packaged it up and I've called it the 1K Pinterest plan. And I am very confident and I firmly believe that this plan is conducive in the formula to help you get to your first 1K on Pinterest. And so if you are interested in that, you can download that. I have put the link in the comments for you. And I hope that this was beneficial because I enjoy digging through the muck to pull out the gold, really, and then just bring that gold to you every Wednesday. So have a blessed day, have a blessed week. This is Wealth Wednesday, so we get to do a random act of financial kindness, which is always, it's incredible to do. And I do that every Wednesday. I haven't missed it since 2017. And my generosity has grown, has gotten bigger, has gotten more wilder. And now I just like to take a page out of Ray and Jessica's book and spoil my community because I can and I want to. And I hope you are doing the same. So we'll see you next Wednesday. Stay blessed. Bye for now.